I'm coming. Join the hangout. Just got done swimming. Let me invite some people on Instagram real quick, and we'll get this rocking. Let's have people join in. We'll get it going. Hey everyone on Instagram, what's going on? Right now I'm doing a live chat on YouTube. Just go straight to my YouTube channel, pop in, say what's up, ask some questions, and I'll see you there. It's going on right now. If you're watching this, it's going on. Check it out. Pop in, say what's up, ask some questions. Hey everyone, what's up? All right, I just let everyone know on Instagram that we're doing this. Enrique, what's up? Thanks for saying hello. Appreciate it. So yeah, while we have this time to ourselves, we'll talk about what I've been up to and what's been going on with me since the last live chat. This kind of happens to be a monthly thing, yeah? Coconut water. Hey, what's up, Hamza? How's it going? Thanks for saying hello. I'm doing super good. I just got done swimming. I've been doing a lot of swimming lately for the past few weeks. Not necessarily like doing volume or speed work, maybe a little bit of speed work, but mainly just working on my form, just full on working on form on the swimming. I found a freaking swim coach, just crazy. His name is Daniel. He actually went to the Olympics in 2008 in Beijing. And he's just a lifeguard at the Hilo community pool. He went to the Olympics for the Philippines, and he's teaching me how to swim. So I found a swim coach, and the crazy thing, he's doing it for free. So it's totally wild. So when are you doing your next race, Hamza? Yeah, so I'm training for a 70.3 Ironman currently. Gonna taste, gonna lick, gonna taste triathlon. See what's up. Yeah, yeah. I want to see. It's good to have awareness of what your strengths and your weaknesses are, and you always got to try things to see what you're good at, because usually things work out better if you're good at something and you put the work in, rather than just putting the work in. How's your training going? And keep up the good work, and don't give up, and don't get depressed. Thanks, man. I really appreciate those kind words. The training's going all right. I'm always learning about myself constantly. I feel like any adversity in life is a constant reminder to switch things around, adjust things. I'll go more into that. Like, for instance, like this off season's kind of tough. I'm trying to get back to like where I had the best consistency, the best momentum, the best happiness. And I'm tracing everything back to like before I started messing around with raw foods. Before then, like I was solid. I was working hard. I was at my peak productivity. I was at my peak fitness. The most volume I could ever do. This is before eating 100% raw. Once I started fucking with not eating enough calories, I didn't have enough energy to, work out. Mentally I was struggling, emotionally I was struggling. So now I'm like thinking, like, what did I do before? What was I doing before raw foods that made me feel so good and made me so consistent? And that was just like, I was literally training every day, and I was eating as much food as I cared for. But I was strategically eating raw till 4. Here's something I'm learning, right? So with raw till 4, it's not a great diet for weight loss. It's not. But it's a great diet for athletic performance. And through the athletic performance, you might get some weight loss benefits out of it. But what raw till 4 actually does for you, which is so effective as a vegan, is it allows you to eat enough calories, is that restriction of cooked food, waiting till dinner time, eating fruit for breakfast and lunch, and you build this craving for cooked food. Not only are you stuffing down fruit just to hold down that craving, but then when you have that dinner, that cooked food meal, you just gorge, you binge eat on it. It's actually kind of helpful if you're trying to do a lot of volume, because when you're doing a lot of volume as an athlete, sometimes it's difficult to get enough calories in. So what I'm going back to that. I'm eating raw till 4, and I just got to train every day. And I think that's where I'll be the most balanced, most healthiest for me personally. That's how I function. Coconut water. Oh my God, dude. Thanks for reminding me, Justin. Amy and Brian. Cold coconut water after a workout, cannot beat it. Why don't you make more ride vlogs, man? I want to make more ride vlogs. I really do. Right now, the video I'm working on, the video that's in my Final Cut Pro, is a video about Hawaii and what it's like living here and cycling here, and things you might necessarily not have heard of. A lot of people hear about the fruit. A lot of people hear about the beautiful, beautiful scenery, nature, hills. People talk about that stuff, but people don't talk about like the adversities here. And it has a lot to do with the animosity between Hawaiian culture and American culture. So I want to go in depth about that, because I feel like I'm finally learning what this whole place is all about and the history of Hawaii. So I'm making a video on that, and yeah, I do my best with the videos. I can't. My style of video is extremely time consuming. It's extremely difficult, and maybe one day I'll put up a poll for all my subscribers and be like, guys, should I tone down the editing so I can produce more videos, or do I keep it at the same quality? Because the quality is like, it's kind of hard for me to let that go. I'm always thinking about like what's best for people, like what's best for you guys. But when I'm seeing like my views aren't, when I see my views go down from uploading a video that's subpar, which I imagine would happen if I lower the quality of it, might not be reaching out to as many people. So I try to keep the quality super high. Christy, I'm going straight to Christy's question. Oh, never mind. Oh, there's what's going on here. You should do more videos on your recipes. On Henrique, I don't know if you're subscribed to Patreon, but if you donate $5 this month, it's usually a subscription-based fee, supporting this channel. Pay $5 and you get 40 recipes, a playlist. I used to create tons of recipe videos. So hit that up, Henrique, if you want more recipes from me. Why should we listen to your advice on diet, nutrition, and cycling training? Fucking love this. I love it. What kind of background and training qualification do you have to give this advice? All right, so I've been vegan and I've been searching for the most optimal diet, eating just predominantly 100% plant-based for about 7 years. So I've been vegan for 7 years, and I've always looked for the best vegan diet for my performance. So that brings 7 years of, experience testing around these vegan diets. Now, I really just speak for vegan diets. I don't really know how well you can perform on an animal-based diet. And also, when it comes to cycling training, I've been cycling for 5 years. So 5 years of experience, and really going in depth on like what is the most beneficial training. I've gone through seasons where I've structured my training plan, and I'm trying to find out the best performance. I also coach athletes, so that forces me to do a lot of research. So this is why I show up and I give advice, because I feel like I have experience. 7 years vegan, 5 years as a cyclist. I've gotten my 20-minute power up to 350 watts, which is pretty solid. It's pretty hard for most people to get up to. So that's why I show up and I give advice, and people can take it or leave it, and I'm always trying to do my best to not be dogmatic, not to be motivated by money. Like, I'm genuinely on here to share my experience, because I feel like that's the most valuable thing anyone has to offer, is their experience and their knowledge in a specific field. So that's where I'm coming from. That would be very interesting. Thanks for doing that. And say hi. And hi. Sam, no one has to listen to anyone. We all make our own choices. Hear what people are saying and do your own research. But no, I mean, Sam, I think it's a legit question. Sorry to use Christine, I like it. Thanks for getting my back. But that was a genuine question. I don't like the questions where I'm just hateful and negative. Those sting me, but that's a good question. I'm also vegan and trade hard, plus listen to his advice. I just want to know where he gets this from. Sick. Yeah, Sam, dude, coaching teaches me a lot, man. It's like, I love coaching athletes because I'm just learning so much, like, not only am I like testing things with athletes, getting them fitter, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't. And then at the same time, it's like, if I don't know something, if I feel like something spills out of my mouth that I'm just like, don't feel confident on, or I need to find out this answer for an athlete, like sometimes I go into like an hour or 2 hours of research to figure something out. So I'm always coming from a place of experience or like hard scientific facts, the best I can. There is a lot of studies out there, and it does probably takes years of experience and years of research to figure out everything about a specific field. No way, I'll subscribe right now. Do not, Henrique, yeah. $5 is like a smoothie, 64-ounce smoothie for me. $5 is almost like a coconut oil like this. So Henrique, thank you. I'm drinking this because of you this month. No worries, Sam. Do you like skating? Yes, I certainly do. I like skating so much that sometimes I question quit cycling to go back to skateboarding. But I don't know. There's something special about endurance sport. I like the challenge. I like the grind of it. I feel like adversity is good. Oh, the McGregor fight. Yes. You guys want to talk about the right things. Skate, surfing's hard. Yeah, I think both are hard. It just depends what experience, what you have and more experience in. Do you like soccer? Oh my God, dude, you know me too well. I've been into UFC, soccer, skating, surfing, all these, like I'm kind of cross training, doing off season stuff, just having fun with it. Let's talk about the McGregor fight. Yeah, it was pretty insane. I'm a big Conor McGregor fan. Literally, he's my wallpaper. So when the Floyd Mayweather fight happened with Conor, and all like Conor's history, I actually knew nothing about the UFC. And yeah, I was one of those people who kind of got into UFC because of Conor. He kind of drew me in. But when all those fights were happening, I knew nothing about it. I knew nothing about Conor. And then it's like this past year, just like one of my YouTube binges, I pretty much watched every single video on Conor, and I realized how amazing his story is. And it's pretty cool. I mean, that mix of confidence and performance is totally amazing. But after the Khabib fight, I think I don't really like Conor that much. And I might be like bandwagoning the Khabib. But, Conor's fucking trash talk is genius. And it's gotten him to where it is. It's gotten him to where he is. And cool, and it got me into the sport because of his trash talk and his confidence and how he backed up with his fighting. But when Khabib said that, he was making fun of his religion, his nation, his father, that's going too far. That's going too far. And that's where, I lose some respect for Conor. And now I'm, into Khabib. Because he straight up just messed Conor up, dominated that fight, totally owned him. Do you know the strategy for that fight? The strategy was to freaking tire Conor out on the ground, and then Khabib wanted to knock him out standing up. That's how freaking badass he is. So, and then that's Conor's game. That's how That's the level Khabib is at. So, and then Khabib jumps over the fence and is like making a statement, like, dude, you don't talk shit about my religion, my nation, my father. Like, you don't do that. So he jumped over the fence and went after his team, and it hurt him. But I think like I respect him more because of that, because it kind of opened my eyes up to like, well, Conor was actually going a little too far this time. It's kind of like Durian Rider talks a bunch of shit, but and we're like into it. Like this is why we love him, because he talks so much shit. But when you pinpoint like some things, like you're going too far, then you know you realize like there's got to be that balance. You can't go too far, and that's what Connor's done. And now it's opened my eyes that it's a little bit too much, and it's not respectful. Because you always got to stay true to. I mean, respect is number one. Like, yeah, he's a great entertainer, but you don't push it that far. Anyway, you can see how freaking into it I am. Are you making enough money from your online business covering all your expenses? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I mean, some months are higher than others. Like this month's a little bit lower, but I'm good. And I feel like my stress levels around like this business isn't as bad as it used to be. Like it used to kind of freak out, like, oh my God, like am I gonna survive next month? But I'm cool, I'm chill. It's going good. Big time Conor fan. The end of that fight was insane. Ever tried MMA training or going to an MMA gym? Haven't tried it, but really want to try. These things that you watch online, like I love watching skateboarding. I love watching, MMA, and it makes me want to try it. And when I see the cycling and the running, I'm just like, I don't want to watch it. So it makes me question it. Like, do I really love cycling and running? So just being transparent. I play soccer, skate, and sprint short distance. Sick man. I'm playing pickup soccer games. It's good cross training from running, and it's been really fun. Been playing with some local guys in Hilo. Super dope. Connor Trash talks so much. How do I stay in shape over the winter on the trainer? How many miles per week to maintain form until spring comes around? Um, well, I would say staying consistent. It also depends what kind of shape you want to stay in. Um, since it is the winter and you're going to be indoors and it sounds like you're not going to have any races or anything. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be super obsessed about keeping your fitness super high. You don't necessarily even want your fitness to be at 100% because you can only hold it in the season for so long at your 100%, peak fitness. So, let go of the idea of being at peak fitness all the time, be at about 80%. And how many miles per week? Again, it depends the kind of shape you're in, but if I could just throw a number out there, which this is the small subtleties that I'm not like extremely have a lot of knowledge on, like these small subtleties, like how many miles in a base phase, like how many miles training for an Ironman, like these subtleties, I'm not 100% sure, but generally 6 to 10 hours over the winter is what I would recommend. 6 if you want to just, yeah, 6 to 10 hours. If it's 6, maybe throw some intensity in there, but that's what I would say. And I guess the more you ride, the fitter you're gonna get, but maybe you don't do too much intensity. Just have that foundation, have that base really strong. So when you hit the spring and summer, when the hard training begins, your fitness is gonna be able to support that. So yeah, aim for like 8 hours at Z2 over the winter time. Do some intensity to mix it up if you want to have fun. Live in Michigan. I don't know, fam. Hi. From 1 to 10, how do you like the canyon so far? Um, Shit. I think I'd say a 7. Thing whips, super comfortable. Feels like you're riding Ferrari, but the only thing that bothers me is the carbon rims. It like makes me not want to go out go out in the rain, which is kind of a big issue if you live in a town where it rains a lot, which I do. So it's nothing that kind of bugs me because it's like scary to descend with carbon rims in the rain. Like, they literally like barely even work. Super scary. And then at the same time, like rubbing down the brake pads, having these, yeah, that bugs me. It's the carbon rims. I just need to buy a pair of alloy wheels. But then it's like, dude, what was the point of getting the carbon rims if you're only gonna use them a couple times a year? It's like, should have went with disc brakes. No matter how much weight I saved on it, I actually should have went with disc brakes, and I learned my lesson full on. Would you change anything on it? Yeah, the carbon rims for disc brake carbon rims. Do you snowboard? Also live in Boulder, Colorado, and we're getting snow already. Can always come stay with me. Sam, thank you, Sam. I appreciate it. I don't snowboard, but I'd love to go to Boulder and ride my bike. Thank you for answering. 6 hours sounds good. Right. Yeah, and feel it out and experiment for yourself in the shape you want to be in. So we got a little bit of time out here. There's something that's been on my mind lately. It's kind of personal, but I just like sharing everything, um, making things interesting. But the one thing I'm realizing is that I don't want to be all hype. Like that triathlon video, it's just all hype. I don't want to be all hype. I actually want to be known for my athletic ability. So I'm trying to like have the self-awareness not to get carried away from like showing off on social media and getting lost in that, and then getting back to actually what I want to be known for is being a great athlete and sharing all my knowledge and my experience through that. So it's like something I've kind of been checking in. Love your content, mahalo. Brian Tran. Brian, you live in Hawaii? Yeah. So I'm trying to have the self-awareness. I don't want to be known for my looks. I don't want to be known for how lean I am. I don't want to be known how well I can speak. Like, I want to be known for what I've done, you know? It's creating the videos, and it's doing the work on the bike and running and swimming. Dude, I just came back from a trip. Brian Tran's sick, dude. Tell me more about it. Where'd you go? What else can we talk about, guys? It's kind of late, huh? Only 20 people watching. Loved out here. Wish I had my bike. Yeah. I know Big Island really well in the cycling spots. Oahu, Maui, and Big Island. Decent places to ride bikes here. Shoots. What else can I talk about? You got to get into mountain biking. So much fun, and you can still get your Strava miles up. That sounds really nice. Plus, Hawaii is a mecca for it. Really? Is it? I didn't know there were that many trails, mountain bike trails in Hawaii. How do you like the air fryer? Do you use a lot? Quentin Cole. Quentin, you hang out, off grid Hawaii? Is that how you know I have the air fryer? The air fryer is super ballin'. Oh, I posted on my Instagram story. Justin, thanks for coming in with a question. But yeah, I love the air fryer. It's dope. No oil, French fries, and like you can make chips with it. Mouth watering. What do you do on an average day? So it depends. If I'm focused, I'm waking up in the morning, I'm meditating, brushing my teeth. Depending on what the priority is, I'll either start out editing a video in the morning or I'll go and train. And then vice versa. Like if I train in the morning, then I'll get home and I edit. And I create training plans and I coach athletes. If I do that in the morning, then I'll train in the afternoon. So basically that's what my life is. And I just eat good food, and then a couple times a week I'll go out with my friends and do something fun, go skate, go do something different. And then if I'm totally slacking, I'll just binge out on my phone, on YouTube, on Instagram, and that's like my darkest place. That's a dark playground right there. So I'm trying to master my daily routine so I can always be productive, and still struggle in and out with over consuming social media, binging out on it, just like you would binge out on food, you would binge out on marijuana, like kind of do it with this thing. And I've been learning a little bit more about like why that is the case. And, a couple of things that come to mind is that sometimes, like, for me personally, I need like that stimulation in my life. And whether that comes from love, whether that comes from training, whether it comes from helping someone out, like you need to do some of those things. If you don't, like, and especially training helps me fulfill that void. And with training, it's kind of like this really empowering high. It's this, really, you get a big high from it. The endorphins are flowing, the dopamine shoots off, and you're high. But if you don't get that workout in, you'll like gravitate more towards addicting behaviors or unhealthy behaviors that give you the same stimulus, just like weed, food, your phone. But if you just got that workout in, it's like, okay, like I got my high in, like, for the day. It depends what you get your high in with. You want to get your high in with the things that are positive, more productive. So that's kind of what I'm learning right now in the moment. But I'm also learning that, and you guys got to watch this. It's a TED Talk. Let me link it down in the description below. I just watched it, but this guy talks about how, what's inside the mind of a procrastinator. Oh damn, Joe Rogan just uploaded some footage of the John Connor's coach podcast. Holy shit, that's gonna be dope. Yeah, it's inside the mind of a master procrastinator. And basically this guy's explaining how what's going on inside of the mind of a procrastinator. And it's like there's a rational guy in your mind. Imagine there's like characters in your mind that influence you to do things. He's like, in your mind, there's like a rational guy like leading the ship, right? And he's like driving it in the right direction. And then there's this monkey on the side. This monkey that just wants to do fun things all the time. Like driving the ship, is like knows to go into the right direction, knows to do the work, it does the right things. And the monkey just wants to do easy and fun things and do all the pleasure things. And it's like there's this battle, right? And the monkey sometimes just wants to do easy and fun things, and sometimes we get into this like dark playground. I don't know, guys, just end up watching it. Let me just answer your questions. We were in Waikiki, dude, but we went through the whole island of Oahu. Next time I'm out there, I'll bring my bike and catch a ride. Plus, seems like some amazing rides out there. Sick. Sorry. When you read something and you don't actually like pick it up. We were in Waikiki, dude, but we went through the whole island of Oahu. Next time I'm out, I'll bring my bike and catch a ride. Plus, seems like some. Yeah, Oahu is good for cycling. Yes, dude, you're like the definition of white milk toast. What the hell is that? Need a subscriber meetup in Boulder. Dope. I'd be down. Fuck yeah, make a day in a life video. I always love to know what time people wake up and go to bed. Well, if you want to know what time I wake up and go to bed, I wake up at like 7 or 8 and I go to bed at 10ish. I agree with that dark place we all struggle, man. Yeah, Ryan, it sucks. I'm trying to master it. Gotta get out of that place. How do you get out of your dark points and when you're in a rut? So yeah, filling that void with exercise, like getting that high from exercise, kind of like fulfills that need to engage in addicting behavior. What else helps me? Also staying positive and facing negative emotions. Sometimes when we're going through challenges, we just want to run away from it and numb ourselves, distract ourselves from it. How I like to, let go of negative thoughts is have the ability to be aware of my thoughts, be able to observe them, you know, and be able to catch negative thoughts, not have them like dictate and control your life and create your reality. Catch those negative thoughts, let them go, tell yourself the truth, the positive truth, the real truth, you know. I think that's a good way to get out of that dark place or go into that or avoid going into that dark place. And then when you're in that dark place, exercise helps. Yeah, exercise helps in just getting out in nature. Sometimes talking to yourself out loud verbally, like a coach, like a motivational being, like be your own coach and talk out loud. That helps me sometimes. How do you get dark points? Do you think electronic groups that are worth changing to? No, no, I don't. Yeah, electronic group set is kind of just fancy. Yeah, I don't think you need it. Do you ever hang with the life regenerators? The shits? No, he lives on Kauai, but I don't live there. I've met him at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. He's a pretty legit guy. He's actually super legit. I've been on the Big Island for almost 4 months, and I am loving it. Do you think you will stay here forever? Um, if if the island of Hawaii like accepts me, yeah. I'm gonna go into this more, but there's one reason why I would question leaving Hawaii is questioning my own integrity because America illegally occupied this place. And sometimes I don't know if it's a place of if I'm coming from a place of integrity by choosing to live here with my U.S. citizenship, where kind of the Americans did an unlawful act by just kind of forcefully taking Hawaii as their own. So more to come on that. I'm gonna talk more about that. Something I've just recently learned. When are you gonna get with Ron Lyman? One day. Raw alignments move far away from me. Exactly. Have you boffed? What the? I think it's called off. I think that's what teenagers say. Look, guys, I don't talk drama. I don't talk about other people. How do you come up with ideas for making your videos different? Um, how do you come up with ideas for making your videos different? I so this is a good question. I try to piece things together. Um, I just kind of look at the whole thing as a story, as a big picture, and I'm just like, what's next? Like, all right, my last video was like I'm transitioning into triathlon. Or what was my last video? Oh, beginner cycling training tips, and I guess just what's going on in my life, or any big things in my life that are going on. That's what the videos will be about. Hey man, just tuned in. Are you totally moving away from cycling and doing tries now? Sorry if you already answered. Cycling is part of tries, man. Like it's a lot of cycling in there. I hate to be Durian Rider, but I hope you have a long compression cap on that canyon. LOL. What's a long compression cap? Please tell me. Megan would be flattered. All right, guys, rolling the questions. Hey, bud, have you ever heard of USRPT training, ultra short race pace training? That sounds trippy. There's lots of science behind it and gains you can get by training that way. Worth taking a look at. Ultra short race pace training. Never heard of that, but I'll take a dig into that. I'll do some research on it. Need more coconut water. All right, what else can we talk about? So no more being a chef. Yeah. No more of that. It's even hard for me to go chef retreats and festivals. It just doesn't feel right to me. You know, I want to keep growing my business. I want to keep forcing. I just want to put a lot of pressure on building that up and not have to go back to shoving. So yeah, just wanting to move on to the next thing. You have your stem slims. So you have your stem slams. So if you don't have a long compression cap inside the steer tube, you can pinch the steer tube. Interesting. So you're saying Canyon would design a product where if something that has spacers and has an adjustable stem, you're saying you need an additional part? That's interesting. I guess I could call Canyon up and see what they say. Fueled my last try with coconut water. Nice. Have you thought about going to school in the future? Nah, I would not do well in school. Um, yeah, I feel like fitness and entrepreneurship is like my only way out. Not good at. I'm not good at learning. Well, yeah, just not good at sitting in class learning about things. No burnout. You don't fatigue or destroy your muscles. I see. What's your thoughts on Drew not being, dude? Good question. My ex roommate, Drew. This is another great topic. Thanks for bringing this up, adventurous MT biker. Um, yeah, my friend Drew, who lived here, went carnivore, and a lot of people are going carnivore, and it really, he really challenged and made me question like the vegan diet, you know. And I have to stand here and I have to tell you guys like I'm not 100% sure if like eating a plant-based diet is the most optimal diet for performance. Like for a sedentary diet, for just general health, no problem. It's highly beneficial. But as a high performance athlete, it makes me question like, you know, is being vegan actually a disadvantage or an advantage? And the reason why I'm still doing it is that I do care about the animals. I don't even crave meat or dairy or eggs or cheese. Like I really have no craving for that. Um, and at the same time, like the environmental impact is huge, and I just kind of like the idea of eating vegan. I like it. I enjoy it. Um, but we'll see how the season goes. Like I've been messing around with my diet, and I know that not eating enough calories is definitely going to be detrimental. So I I sorry, I'm spacing out these hour live chats. So anyway, this carnivore thing, yeah, it made me question it. Like it makes me want to experiment on animal foods, you know, and see how my performance would be. Because you really questioned it, like, he's showing how he's like getting stronger doing it. And I understand when you start try a new diet, like you get excited about it, you get stoked on it. But sorry guys, I'm spacing out hard. So yeah, I'd want to try some animal products from what he told me. Is like, why do vegans fart a lot? Like, what's with the bad digestion? Why is the plant fiber so hard for us to digest? Made me question that. It's like, is the stomach acid and the pH level in our stomach designed for consuming plant foods if so many people kind of have shitty digestion on it? Now, I can't say I have terrible digestion on it, actually. I do pretty good on it, especially when I'm exercising. But hearing stuff like that, it makes me really think about it, man. I personally, it would take a lot of courage for me to experiment on a carnivore diet. It'd be a big thing I'd have to share with like, I couldn't even do that. Maybe I'd go fish for some ahi or something, okay? And I'd try some fish or some eggs or something and see what happens. I'm really curious. And if it's not performance enhancing or maybe it is like, and maybe I'd still go back to veganism, but I'd love to just be able to say from my experience, like I've tried eating animal products and it didn't benefit me or it did. I'd love to have that experience. So one day I might take a dig into that. You guys might think I'm crazy. It's like, how can you do that? Like, but I stay open minded and I question everything. Question all your beliefs because some of us have blind spots straight up. Why is Pacololo? It's marijuana. I remember you saying you have learned so much, but have you thought about it now? Sorry, Quentin. Have you ever thought about going to school in the future? I'm gonna let that question pass. I don't. I have no interest in going to school. You've learned so much, but you have thought about it now. I've learned a lot just from my experiences and doing research on the fields I'm interested in: nutrition, fitness. Are you going to watch the Ironman at Kona? I'm definitely gonna try to make it out there. Brian Trant is the only way out. What is the Hawaiian thing called? Yeah, marijuana. Yeah, you could, or your local bike shop could tell you. That's why. Yeah, you could, or your like local bike shop would tell you. That's why people cut their fork to size. Right on, right on. So you don't pinch the fork when clamping on a part of the stair tube that's not supported by the compression plug. Just trying to think about the bike anatomy and how it works. Bad vegan meat is not necessary for performance. Skipping the ethics, the energy turnover is much more efficient. Right on, bad vegan. Right on, my guy. You know, where do you get that information from? Like, is that what you experience? Is this for everyone? Like, these are the kind of questions we should ask ourselves. So I'm not like I genuinely speak about like nutrition from my experience. I can't say like how it is for me is how it is for everyone, and there's so much science to research, and I don't personally have the time or really desire to like, go over so much research about plant-based versus you know animal-based diets. So I know we're excited as vegans in the beginning, and we just listen to what people say, but genuinely like question your leaders, question your beliefs about diet. I think the best thing we could do is just tune in with ourselves and really be honest with ourselves and really tune in how we're feeling. Like, you know, I look at even little things like, what's the deal with me like kind of having a sugar crash after a big smoothie? Or what's the deal with all the gas? I question all these things. What's your thoughts on Money the Mankey vegan rock climbing, quitting vegan to make more gains? He did it just to get more energy to be a better rock climber. Do you respect that? Would you for gains? Yeah, that's a good question, right? I would personally want to just do what I can with plant-based eating. I really would love to perform well and just be like, yeah, you could do it on a plant-based diet. You might be losing like 5% of your gains, but it's doable. But also, like, who knows? Like, I mean, if you like vegan, this guy Manny the Monkey, like, he could have just quit vegan recently and he just got on it and is like excited about it. Like when I first went raw, like I had like these performance benefits, and I think it has to do with placebo, but we have to look at it long term. I think that's super important. Please keep us updated on the carnivore diet. I'm not doing carnivore diet. I'm not even close to doing that. But maybe one day I'll experiment with animal products. Hey, what's up, bro? Nice meeting you at the vegan potluck 2 weeks ago. You're gonna be going to the next one. Maybe, Brian. But thanks for tuning into the live chat. Appreciate it. Tried equals loser. What does that mean? Gotta be kind, man. Try raw fish. LOL, you stoned. No, but I am like toning down my voice quite a bit, so it might sound like it. But no, I don't get high. I haven't smoked weed in like 6 years. Just Google it, my dude. Safety first. Yeah, thanks, Daniel. I appreciate it. Sometimes, yeah, I appreciate the advice. And I appreciate you saying twice. Harley kind of says some mean things to me on there, so it's like, so I'm not sure if he's fucking with me or like being honest. But Daniel, I appreciate it. You and Roland would make a perfect. What's a milk toast couple? Meat requires a lot of energy to digest. I agree. Question everything. Right. Meat requires a lot of energy to digest. I remember my friend, Drew went back to carnivore after 5 years vegan. He was like, I only need to eat like this much meat for 1,000 calories compared to like how much you have to eat. You have to eat like this much rice. It's like, dude, I don't feel anything in my stomach. My belly's flat. And he kept saying that. I'm like, it makes me question things, But I also question, it's like, I have amazing bowel movements and I like that. Maybe the fiber and the gas is just part of like not being constipated. I don't know. It's a lot of things to, it's things to research. I do believe I think meat requires a lot of energy. Yes, if you Google it, like, I think it'll tell you. That's a good thing to research. Like, don't know, like, be aware if you know or not, or just taking someone else's word. Just go to Google and research this stuff. Ask that question, like, what digests the quickest? What foods digest the quickest? Because I'm sure they've tested that stuff, and that's easy science to have access to. What's your goal for Hanu? Planning on practicing the course? Yeah, if I can get out there, I'm kind of restricted without a car, but my goal is just to qualify for Kona so I can do a full Ironman and finally complete that goal that I've put on myself, complete that full Ironman. Look up Manny the Monkey on YouTube, super ripped hardcore climber, being for years and years, just quit. Respect, Sam. Dude, your name's Sam, but my best friend Sam is actually an amazing rock climber. Maybe I've mentioned him in Insta stories or whatever, but he's a really good climber and he's doing really well. He's a high carbohydrate diet and he's pretty inspiring. Even like friends within his group like told him he can go pro, and it's 100% vegan, so it inspires me. And that's full strength training. This isn't cardio where you're super dependent on glycogen, like tons of glycogen, where most of the carbohydrate you get is from plant foods. So, it's, yeah, we're seeing results on both sides, or at least I am. Give me a wrench, brah. What's up, brah? What is your grip strength at now? What's a grip strength? I don't know what grip strength is. I unsubscribed from vegan YouTubers who go carnivore. Right on, man. I'll be careful. I don't want to lose you. Brah, what up, brah? Guys, you guys from Hawaii or what? How long can you do a wheelie, brah? Can't. What do the top of the top eat? Sagan, fruit, etc. Yeah, well, I know like Lance Armstrong, when he was racing the Tour de France, he was like, yeah, we need a lot of pasta. We used to have pasta for breakfast. So they're always having tons of carbs, but they're also having like a side of meat, most definitely. You can actually see what these guys are eating, Sagan and Froome. Look at GCN, like Team Sky Nutrition Plan. Lots of carbs, but there is some meat in there. How are they amazing? What's amazing? Yo, I be doing mad shit. Dude, damn, you guys are pretty thug up in here. You guys are funny. I strained plankton through my balloon. I don't know what you guys are saying. Can you believe it? What are you guys doing? Sometimes I swallow air for like 30 minutes when I really want to fart. Guys, let's get a little more serious. Let's tone it down. Where are you from? Where are you from, white boy? From Lithuania, born in Eastern Europe, near Russia. So do you hitchhike? Hello, what is this? Explain yourself. This is a live chat. I don't know if you're messing with me. Oh, okay, I get it. Just read your name. You guys are crazy. My niece forwarded me this. You can't just qualify for Kona. Most people pay to get a spot. You do have to pay for your spot, but you earn a slot to go to Kona by placing well in your age group in the 70.3s in the full Ironmans. And Ironman, the 70.3 Ironman Kohala has slots to offer. Only elite athletes are able to just get in. Right, so yeah, I gotta earn my spot. I had to quit the vegan lifestyle because my beard here was getting brittle. Damn. My beard was already patchy, but all of a sudden I looked like Will Wheaton, Yeah, it's, there's many different ways of eating the vegan lifestyle, and you got to find the right way for you, and I find that raw till 4 is the best for me. It forces me like overeat on calories. So I'm restricting the cooked food, and then I have this binge of cooked food at night, and lately it's been powering me up, like, and I've been feeling incredibly strong. So, and that's where I've had my best performance, and that's where I've had the best consistency on a vegan diet. And calories are super important, guys. So make sure you're getting those in, so you don't get off the vegan diet, because it's nice to save animals and help the environment, save on water, and produce less, you know, carbon emissions or whatever those gases are that cows fart. Lance Armstrong only has one ball. What are you working with? Not as much. I don't have what he's got, but one day I hope to. Still learning, still growing. You know what grip strength is? Don't even talk about fitness, bro. It's embarrassing, bro. Dude, do we got some Hawaiian people here? Please tell me if there's some Hawaiian people here. How do the buckets sit on the carpet when the God, guys, what are you talking about? The pasta thing is in all sports. Hockey players always say that as well. Healthy fats are my current source of energy. Dope. Dope, man. You can take the bus from Gila. Yep. My friend Joey told me about the bus. It's pretty rad. You're seriously a Litvak, dude? Yeah. Uh, is that what you call us? The bus drops off you like Loa, nuts, for example. Sorry, I'm skipping all through the bullshit. There's a great vid series on Amazon. Shows what she cooks for work. Nice. It's interesting to see. I gotta read these out loud. What did you paint over your door trim? Bro, you need contrast. I didn't design this room. Hell yeah, CC Runner. Who inspires me besides the fruitarian? Um, I can't say the fruitarian actually inspires me that much right now. I'm gonna be straight up about that. Um, but who inspires me the most right now? Everyone who's out there fucking hustling. You know, everyone who's actually putting in the work, isn't it? And is not talking as much and is just humble, like quiet and just head down grinding. I look up to that. I sometimes hype shit up a little bit. I'm always hyping, like filming clips of me running, looking lean, looking fit. But guys, don't base my fitness off that. Go to Strava and see what I'm doing, and then judge me for that, or look at my past PRs. But that's what I'm inspired by. But any specific YouTubers, just no one really right now. No one I've been super hyped on. Khabib is kind of inspiring right now. Are you gonna get more into strength training, lifting, etc.? Functional strength work always strengthen the legs, straighten the core, but no weights. Where is your north? Where's your north? I grew up in the U.S. I'm American. American, damn it. I moved here when I was 5. Vegan cyclist. Vegan cyclist is dope, for sure. I respect that guy a lot. Eating crackers is kind of like eating sand, but more sensual. Damn it, why do I end up reading your shit? Yes, Dr. Rhonda Patrick had a fantastic discussion regarding vitamin B12 and vegans. Right on, man. Vitamin B12 is key. Still haven't got my blood test. That's something I still need to do in my off season. True or false, cooked food is poison. My militant raw food gangster mind believes that statement is true. Nature's first law. What's your opinion? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know any raw. I only know like the longest living people in our era eat cooked food. The healthiest people are eating cooked food. The raw food community is still very premature, but we'll see how long they could live, you know, and then I'll judge that. You know, I'll have a better opinion on that. Do you have a girlfriend? I know it. Don't touch. Ugh. Stop baiting me. What's the next thing you want to purchase? Upgrade for your bike? Aero bars. CC Runner is competing in RAM on the bucket list. No. You know when paint. It's ridiculous. All right, guys, I'm ending the chat in 3 minutes. Not only because time's running out, but because you guys are having too much fun. I'm just joking. You guys can have fun if you want. All right, guys, 3 minutes. Round in your last questions. Round in your last questions. All right, guys, I guess I'm going to end this chat. I do cycle by myself, and if I don't have a training partner, just do the training on my own. I would do more workouts than group rides, because you know you have your outlets to get intensity in, and you know you have choices going after Strava KOMs, doing interval workouts, or doing hard rides with friends. So you do the KOMs and you do the interval workouts. What would be my life without social media? I think I'd be a better athlete. I've made some mistakes with social media because sometimes you get caught up with your. I think I'd be a more successful person because there's some pressures or some standards people look up to, and you sometimes you feel restricted making your decisions on life based on what you've promised for other people. How do I deal with living so far from my family? I don't know, man. I just find, you know, I look for the family here in Hawaii. All right, guys, ending the vlog. Thank you so much for tuning in. Trolls, thank you for trolling. Appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next live chat and in the next video. What's it like living and cycling in Hawaii? The things you never would know about. Out.